Hello there! In this video, I will be doing my first squishy makeover. I will be redoing 3 squishies, a latte, a unicorn, and a sheep. I'm starting with the latte. This one needs to be redone because it's really faded, and the design is kinda boring. For all 3 squishies, I rough it up with some sandpaper to help the paint stick better. All of the tips and tricks that I've learned for painting on squishies, I have learned from Mariah Elizabeth. She is the queen of squishy makeovers and is who inspired me to do this in the first place. After I roughed up the squishy, I gave it a nice white base coat. I started with a light tan color for the cup, but then I changed it to an even lighter one. Since it is now autumn, I went with a fall theme for all 3 squishies. You can probably guess what I'm doing for this one. It's a pumpkin spice latte. I used some gold paint for the accents, and I used my finger to make it look like there was pumpkin spice sprinkled on top of the whipped cream. All of the paint that I use in this video is either leather paint, fabric paint, or puffy paint. If you try this at home, do not use acrylic. Acrylic will just flake right off. Next up is the sheep. There's nothing wrong with him, he's not worn out at all, and I actually like the design, but I wanted him to match with the fall theme. For all 3 squishies, I stuck a toothpick in the bottom so that it was easier to paint them and easier for them to dry on my drying station. For the sheep, I did a gradient from red to yellow. The sheep originally had some sunglasses on which protruded from his face a little bit, so I went over that with several coats of puffy paint to smooth that out, because I did not want to keep the sunglasses in my design. After much blending and after painting his feet black, I got to paint his face. I kept his face really simple because it's so small. And he's done! I love his little smirk. Last is the unicorn. This one needed to be redone because there was a little tear in the neck and that original paint was peeling off really easily. Plus, the nose made it look kind of like a pig. After I sanded and peeled off all the original paint, it left a big mess, so I got to use my tiny vacuum to clean it up. Before using fabric paint on it, I went over it in some puffy paint to smooth out some of the tiny holes and the tear in the neck. For the body's main color, I started off with a light tan, but I didn't like it. I wanted it to look a little bit more chocolatey and vibrant, so I changed it later. For the mane, I stuck with the 3 colors I did on the sheep, the red, orange, and yellow, to match the colors of the changing leaves. I painted the mouth and ears a darker brown. And I painted the horn with the same gold that I used on the pumpkin spice latte. This is when I realized I painted the eyes on crooked, so I had to wipe it off and redo one. And now for a slight tangent. Truthfully, this is actually my first squishy makeover, this sheep, but I didn't do it for YouTube, so it doesn't count. He is cookies and cream themed. I tried to make this flower thing on his head look like an Oreo. But yeah, here's all 3 of them finished. I like these all a lot. This was a really fun project to do. It took a long time because there were 3 of them and they all required a lot of drying time, and also editing this took a long time, but I'm really glad I did it and I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you so much for watching. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Bye!